So it was Nigeria's Independence Day celebration only yesterday, and each of the housemates were given the task of giving a short speech to just reflect on Nigeria, them and Nigeria. It was almost wonderful, almost always wonderful with Imisi. Imisi says, look, to serve Nigeria is not by force. Even though other people came correct with their speeches. Let's begin with Faith's speech on Independence Day.
65 years ago, a beautiful baby was born. With no rails to guide her through the storm.
Absolutely.
She was left in her cot.
Okay.
Rocking slowly but surely.
Okay.
Although the dark times were tough,
Okay.
her dark skin was tougher. Our baby was born with so much potential.
Absolutely.
Within her belly. The universe knew she would blossom into over 200 million amazing people. Sprouting from her fertile land.
Absolutely.
Like stars across the galaxy.
Absolutely.
The oil and gold in her belly adorn her children with wealth. The languages that sprout forth from her tongue make music that make the world's heart dance. Think Afrobeat and so much more, like Fela and Co. This music is like waves across the blue ocean. But can a child grow without injury?
Absolutely
Can
not.
they learn without mistakes?
Absolutely not.
Yes. She has hurt herself so many times, and she has made more mistakes than sand litters her beautiful beach. Yet,
I mean, don't you just like that speech? He was just practically reflecting on the mistakes that the country has made in the past, and the fact that, you know, you cannot have a child who gets it right without making a mistake. I mean, every child would always grow, will always want to walk, you know, when, you know, they have a little bit of fall, right? So there's practically no child that didn't fall when they were trying to walk. And even when they started to walk, they failed so many times. And then they became people that you cannot push anywhere and anyhow. So it's a good speech. I practically loved every bit of the speech. There was no way we wouldn't have expected anything more from somebody like Faith, because I mean, he's the brilliant one, isn't he now? Isn't he the brilliant one? So we didn't expect anything less from him.
has only made her stronger. Every scar has become a mark for beautiful memory and immense culture.
Absolutely.
Every mistake making her wiser and stronger, like the eagles that soared through her mountain bosom. Today, she's a phenomenal woman, an unignorable economic giantess, a magnificent national entity amongst her peers. She thrives and always perseveres, just like her population, who wake up every day to make the great country Nigeria. From musicians like we have here, to the amazing dancers that blew my mind, and to my 10 stars, who I think will do phenomenally when they leave here. Nigeria is a crown jewel, and she will always be one.
Wow.
I have to call myself a Nigerian. Munife Nigeria.
Wow, that was phenomenal of Faith. Okay, so Faith did this own speech, so we're moving over to the next speech giver. That should be what now? That should be Dede. Let's see what Dede brings to the table when it comes to this speech. I mean, these speeches are actually pretty nice, and I will always love to hear everybody. But trust me, the one for Missy would shock you. So here we go with Dede's speech.
My name is Dede, and the title of my poem is I Am Nigerian. I am Nigerian, a land of great culture, a land of great heritage,
Absolutely.
a land that tells its story before it is asked. I am Nigerian, the land that bears beauty that goes beyond our melanin and white smile, our colorful outfits, and rich ceremonies. I am Nigerian, the land that was fought for through blood and sweat, the land that its story brings tears before the laughter of our reality. I am Nigerian, the land that will celebrate its independence today. Who am I? I am Nigerian, the daughter of an Igbo parent, a girl who is extremely happy for the New Year yearly festival.
New Yam Festival. She loves yam.
Because of the fun sound of the big bell we wear in our leg and waist. I am Nigerian, a girl who loves loves her Owambe because it is the one time that rainbows are not up in the sky, but on the land through our rich outfits, our color choices, our expressions,
Absolutely.
color and fashion. An occasion that frowns are forbidden. Rather, the invitation is merry and laughter. I am Nigerian.
You are.
Who loves her food and her taste bud holds no grudge because our food are never in conflict. From the spicy stink of our ofen salad.
You know, they all wrote it themselves, okay? But I think she's a little bit stiff with her delivery. If you look at what Faith did with the delivery, he was open, and he even included the 10 stars. That's creative. You know, you could tell that Faith is very creative. You could tell that his speech, you know, you could feel it. You could feel it. But Dede looks like she was forced to do it. She had her hands behind her back. It feels like she was under a tense situation, you know, not to castigate her, but the speech was also pretty cool. And now to the one and only Imisi's speech that got everyone talking. To serve Nigeria is not by force. Wow.
Country that better the beautiful Yoruba girl. Right? The land filled with milk and honey. My dear country full of joy and laughter. My beloved Naija, we get better food. To serve my beloved country is not by force. My beloved country with the most active youth. My beloved country that does not condone laziness. My beloved country that is blessed with strong and hardworking men and women. My beloved country blessed with so many talents, from entertainment to sports. My Naija, we did blessed die. My beloved country, your beauty is unmatched. From the eastern parts to the northern parts. From the northern parts to the southern parts. My beloved country, where will Imisi be without you? I am proud to be a Nigerian girl. Happy Independence Day, my beloved country.
You know, even the way she clapped at the end of that particular presentation, it was so funny. Like, I don't know. You know, when you are reading, when you hear somebody speak, you tend to know the flow, where they are coming from in terms of what but I didn't understand where the to serve Nigeria is not by force came from. You know, she spoke about the resilient Nigerian youth, what they bring to the table, the country's trajectory so far. And then all of a sudden, to serve Nigeria is not by force. Like, where did that come from? I don't even know whether she knows she's funny. She actually almost always feels like she does not know what she's doing, or she just does it effortlessly. Like, this is who I am. So be it, guys. So be it. This is what I am. This is what I stand for. And take me the way I am, or you just leave it the way it is. Quite frankly. And you know, kudos to Big Brother for that creative way of celebrating Nigeria as 65. Yeah, 65 years old. If you look at a 65 years old man, should have been man who would be like a grandfather, at least at the very minimum. Look, no, well, it can be a father, yeah, at 65. But at 65, you should be a fulfilled man. You should be retiring. You should have all your kids maybe in the university or done with the university. You should be maybe, hopefully, with all of the retired money or all the investments you've done while you were young, you would be cruising the world, you know, at least twice in a year, go for vacation, get closer to your God, you know, basically do community service and see what you could do to impact knowledge and sacrifice, or better still, build the other generation coming behind you. That is exactly what I think a 65-year-old should be. But again, at 65 for a country like Nigeria, do you think that we are where we are supposed to be? Of course not at this moment. We've seen countries that are over 100 years old. We've seen countries that are over 150 years old not getting it right. Is it a justification for us not to get it right? Of course not. But again, I think there has been some improvement in this country. You could say there hasn't been. There's no money, more tax without, commensurate income. People are not, excited or happy about the fact that people spend more money to eat food or to dress well these days, or to smell nice, which wasn't supposed to be what it is. But trust me, there's something significant that is happening in this country, that a lot is changing, and sometimes you just have to key into that change in order to get things done. But I mean, if you look at the things we could say that this government has done, just not to take your time per se, is the fact that at least they have, relieved the stress from students who hitherto couldn't pay school fees. Remember that if you're a student, you are entitled to a university loan. At least after school, at least parents can hold back whatever monies they're supposed to be paying for your school fees. So I just pray that things get better by the day. And again, I personally don't like criticizing leaders, because at the end of the day, we enthrone them. We either by not participating in the elections, or we don't do what we need to do, holding them accountable to what they're supposed to be held accountable for. So basically, I just feel that by and large, it's important that we remember days and like this, that we're celebrating Nigeria at 65. Many thanks. I'll see you on the next one, guys. See you. Talk to you soon.